Today I want to talk about the danger of spaylater. Why I think is dangerous, and you have to be careful when using it. You see nowadays all people are using spaylater, even to buy something small. For example, I saw this guy finance the burrito $13 in 4 months payments. So what happened is we can see that a lot of things are affordable now. Everything is cheap at that moment when you're about to pay. Imagine if 15 ringgit per month, then it's like 2 ringgit, like for 3 ringgit 75 cents for 1 month. That's affordable. What happens is you keep adding up all this debt because you think it's cheap, and then by the end of the month, when you want to pay all of those, it's add up real quick, and you'll be struggling to pay off all the debt that you have, and you also have mental load on this debt because you are thinking about all this debt in the back of your mind, and that's something that really isn't good for you, because you want to be thinking about something that matters, not something about debt, thinking about how can I pay this huge amount of debt by the end of this month. So that's why this spaylater is dangerous. I've been using it a lot before this, and there are times that I'm struggling to pay it off, but I paid it off it anyway, because how much interest it will be accrued to your balance if you didn't pay it off in full. That's something that always make sure that I paid off by at the end of the month. And it's really hard to track, right? When you would want to spend, you're thinking about, if it's one large payment, one large purchase, you can think about, do I have that money in my saving account? But when you using spaylater, usually on small purchases, for example 3 ringgit, you think you have in your bank account, but you keep adding it up, you lost track on how much money that you have in your bank account, and then you overspend, and that's where it becomes truly painful to pay it off. And also there are people who miss their payment. When you look at the statistic, I think it's probably 35% who miss their payments. Imagine after you miss these payments, you will be charged of 25% of interest annually. That's a lot of money, and you have to pay for it. If you keep paying this minimum payment, and you will see that the amount will end up keep increasing even you are paying for each month because of the interest. So that's how this is all the ways that why it can become really dangerous from there. Next, I want to talk about how to use it correctly. First of all, I would say that you just use cash. Don't use this spaylater if you want to be in debt. Maybe you can have a credit card, then only credit card. And also the next thing is, if you want to be in debt, the correct way is to only have one debt at a time. For example, if you have a debt for one thing, for example, you bought a guitar, you want to pay in 6 month times, you cannot add more debt after that. You have to pay it off first before you can make a new debt. So this is this is the way to make you more disciplined with your debt, so you can keep track on it. For example, if you want to make a new debt on, for example, a toy, then you have to pay this guitar in full first before you can make a new debt. So this is what works for me, and it's really powerful and to reduce the debt that you have. And I'm quite grateful because I've never been charged an interest in all my debt. I paid it off in time, And the next way forward is I want to pay it off all my debt that I have. And currently I didn't add a new debt, so that's something that I'm truly happy with myself that I take that decision. And yeah, be careful with the debt because you have added unnecessary risk in your life. Let's say if you lost your job, then you cannot pay it off. The punishment of your mispayment is painful. Is those interest kicks in. That's a lot of money, and you will be wasting a lot of money, and it will put you behind in your life. Thank you.